Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a water slide with a pool, a lounging area, and some palm trees. And also a pool floaty. This is the amount of space required to make your build. Feel free to make this grid in your world if you do feel as though it will help you out. Here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all of these. If you have made the grid, come to the front left hand corner of it and count to the right by 16. Once you have counted inwards by 16, you then want to count inwards by 6, and this will be the starting position. Begin by placing a single lime concrete on the ground. Extend to the right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We then want to extend up by 1, right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up 1. Right by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up 1. Right by 3. 1, 2, 3. Up 1. Right 1. Up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Right 1. Up by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We then want to place 1 to the right, and then up by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We then want to go right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then underneath this block, place a smooth quartz block. We then want to extend this smooth quartz block towards us by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then right by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then towards the back of the grid by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then towards the front of the grid by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we simply just want to extend across and join back to where we first started. So what we will now do is place an additional row of lime concrete that is towards the back of the grid, leaving a gap of 1 from the original row of lime concrete, but other than that is the exact same in every single way. So all you quite literally have to do is just leaving 1 row's gap, place the exact same thing towards the back of the grid, and it will even connect in the same place all the way up at the top. Now, destroy the smooth quartz that is below and underneath the top 2 pair of lime concrete, replace it with lime, and then we want to place a row of lime concrete that is behind and underneath the 2 pairs of, or rather, the pair of lime concrete rows that we placed earlier. So all we now have to do, if we just place lime concrete just underneath and on the outside of, depending on the position, and even dug into the ground as well, we simply just have to place that row of lime concrete, and that will be the base of the slide. So that is what it will end up looking like, and hopefully that was nice and easy to achieve. So when it comes to the slide, you may find that you want to add some support to it, which isn't a bad idea. So every time that if we take a look at the slide from the side, where the slide sort of like goes into another part of the slide, so like how this comes across and then joins down, these are good places to place some foundation for the slide, I think. So I'm simply just using oak fence like this, and I'm pretty much just doing it on the bottom part. You can add a little bit more if you like. You can even add it in the middle of the slide, the part that you actually slide down if you like as well, but I think that that is actually just perfect. I don't think it needs any more than that. So now that we have done this, we're coming all the way up to the top again. And I would recommend, first of all, placing a smooth quartz stair just here at the top of the slide in between the top pair of lime concrete. And we are also going to fill the top of this platform in using oak planks. We might as well make the entire top of the platform whilst we're up here. So this is what the base of it is going to be. I also like birch as well, by the way, so do feel free to change it. We're placing smooth quartz block on each one of the 4 corners of the platform. Smooth quartz block is placed in the center of the platform on the front and the back. And then along this right side, we're going to leave a gap of 2 smooth quartz. And on the right side as well, gap of 2 smooth quartz. It actually works out perfectly that everything's spaced 2 blocks apart, except on the front, but that's okay. And we can place oak fence in between all of these rows. So, just like this. So now that we have this floating platform, which doesn't really make too much sense really, we want to join each one of the 4 corners of it down to the ground using smooth quartz blocks. So I'm just building it from the top because I don't want to have to count it out at the bottom and extend up. It's just a little bit easier to do it this way. And these are going to be the legs of the platform. And we also have to find a way up and down our platform as well. But luckily for you, I have already figured out the best way to do it. So now that we have joined all 4 of the legs down, we want to, at the top of the platform where we have this flat bit here, we want to leave a gap of 5 between this floor and the next floor. So if we count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 6th block, mark it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 between the next floor, and then here as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 6th block, we're going to mark this out, and then once more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th block will mark it out. And these rows of smooth quartz want to persist through the entire, well, it kind of just wants to move around in a rectangular shape like this. Just go all the way around. We then want to fill the entire platform in using oak planks, or again, birch is a really nice choice as well. I like both of them quite equally. And then oak fence on top of the smooth quartz, and that is what an entire platform or part of a platform looks like. We then want to move up and we want to do the same thing again until we eventually reach the top, which is already done. And once we get to the top, we will be working on how we actually move between these platforms as well, because I think it's a little bit easier to add in all of the stairs and what have you once these platforms actually exist rather than before. We could have added in the stairs and then built the platforms around, but it's just a little bit easier this way, I think, and hopefully it kind of gives you an idea of how this was designed and how I kind of like figured it out. So if you do want to make your own or design your own water slide or water park or what have you, hopefully it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of how you can, you know, at least do certain parts of it. So this will be the last platform filled in using oak planks. We'll add the oak fence around once more, and then once we have done this, we are all the way up at the top, and this is where the stairs come in. So, oak stairs. We are placing oak stairs at the back. As we look at the slide like this towards the back, it's the back right hand corner of this platform. We move 1 block forwards, destroy this, and then 3 in front of it. 1, 2, 3. So in total, we're destroying 4 rows. And then if we place an oak stair with 1 upside down, and then an oak stair in front, upside down, oak stair in front, upside down, so on and so forth. If we place these in this way, the stairs will stop in the same place they started on the next platform, if that makes sense. So you can see 1 row away from the corner, and it starts 1 row away from the corner. So on this platform, we're going to do the same thing. So we'll find this corner here, though, and they will kind of like zigzag their way down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can place these stairs. So we just leave a gap of 1 just in the corner, and then we start the stairs, and we just want to destroy rows of 4. This will also allow us to climb back up, of course. You want to make sure that you have enough room to actually... Let's make sure, yeah, that's perfect, good. And then we just want to start the exact same thing on this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this should be the second to last set of stairs. The last set of stairs is really tiny because we're just pretty much almost at the floor on this final platform, but we still need stairs regardless, and they want to be made in the same way. So in this corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we just want to place these stairs, just drop down onto the ground, and then we can place these. And we can kind of figure out, like... So what I would recommend down here is just dig in between all of the smooth quartz rows that we have. So the 4 legs of the platform, just dig in between and place some smooth quartz in on top of the, or rather place the smooth quartz in between the pillars and then oak fence on top of them. And then this right side here is ever so slightly different. So the entrance for the water slide is going to be right here where I'm placing the oak planks. Right of this, I'm going to just make smooth quartz and then place oak fence. So this is where the entrance will be. And as you guys know, we will just kind of like cascade our way up to the top of the water slide like that. So once that has been done, ladies and gentlemen, the next part, one of the more important parts, is that we actually have a pool to drop into. So if you come all the way down to the bottom of your water slide, or the start, we want to take the very first lime concrete block that we placed and place 4. Or it might be better to do this actually. We want to dig a row of 4 in the ground, 1, 2, 3, 4, towards the front of the grid. We then want to dig a left by 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then dig towards the back by 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then dig to the right and connect back to the edge of the water slide. That will give us this shape right here. So for this next part, we are simply just going to dig out the center of the pool area and just underneath the slide where necessary. And once we have dug out this entire area, we will be left with a big chunk of empty land. What we will then do is we will take this large empty rectangular shape, dig an additional 2 rows down into the ground. We will then place smooth quartz block on the base of this, and then build up the sides, the left, right, front and back, making sure to place a couple of stairs somewhere so that we are able to climb in and out of the pool. Then smooth quartz slabs around the edge of the pool, and that will be the actual pool made. Of course, we have to fill that with water, but that's something that we can do a little bit later. Now, once that has been accomplished, what I'm going to recommend is that we place some oak planks around our water slide area. So it's kind of up to you how much of this you want to place and in what sort of shape. It kind of depends where this is ultimately going, but I'm just making sure that roughly speaking on the front, the back and the left side and just underneath the slide and all of the exposed area as well, all of that is going to be oak planks, and I'm going to leave a gap of 2 on the front, the left and the back side. Now that we have built up the surrounding area using oak planks, I would also recommend adding some sunbeds on one of the sides of your pool. These sunbeds can be made using smooth quartz stairs with smooth quartz slabs in front of them, and in between them, if you place a couple of end rods with string around the upper end rod and carpet placed on top and around the top of the end rod using string so that you are able to actually place that carpet, then you get a pretty convincing parasol. And you might also think it's cool, I do, to place a couple of palm trees as well. These are very easily made by placing rows of 5 jungle wood extending up from the ground, and then if you simply just place rows of 2 lime terracotta extending out from that jungle wood in every direction, and then extend the second lime terracotta down towards the ground, and place a lime terracotta on top of the jungle one, then you end up with a pretty convincing palm tree, and it looks really cool. I think it really helps to complement this little area that we've got going on. Now that we've made the surrounding area, I think that it's time that we actually fill in our pool. So if you begin by placing a water right up at the top inside of the pool, so literally right in front of the smooth quartz stairs that we placed earlier, that will do most of the work. But we also have to fill the pool itself in using water. Now, once that has been done, there is one cool little decoration that I didn't include in the materials list, but you might want to do it anyway, which is a pool floaty. So to make a pool floaty, and this specific one is going to be a Steve floaty, we simply need some light blue glass, pane, specifically pane, blue stained glass pane, and a Steve head. Once we have those, if we place the glass pane at the top level of the pool, and we want to alternate between the light blue and just regular blue glass until we form a ring of glass, and then if we stick at a diagonal angle Steve's head on one of the corners, we end up with a pretty cool and convincing pool floaty, and it's just a fun decoration that we can have. And that is it. I do hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. Like and subscribe, and click that little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.